Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes.
Hello amigas y bienvenidos una vez más a En Casa con Irma. So today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys how we made a little makeover remodel here in our living room. Como pueden ver, I'm sharing with you guys all of the before shots at first. So I'm going to be doing a DIY board and batten aquí en la pared detrás del sofá. So como pueden ver, estoy empezando a remove all of our furniture, pulling it away from the wall, nada más para que nos deje espacio para poder trabajar in the wall in the back. So yeah, I hope this video motivates you guys. If you guys have been wanting to do one of these, trust me, it does a big statement in your living room or whichever room or hallway, whatever you're gonna put it at. Es algo muy bonito, me encantó. So yeah, so aquí les estoy compartiendo cómo hicimos este board and batten wall por solamente menos de $40. O sea, no se gasta mucho para poder hacer una pared como estas, pero como les dije, primero teníamos que quitar todas las cosas de este sofá. Simplemente no lo pudimos despegar como queríamos, pero pues ya lo pudimos despegar de otra forma. So we're just gonna go ahead and quickly move it away from the wall so we could go ahead and get started. So aquí I'm just sharing with you guys the nails we use. My husband said it would have been better if we had 2.5-inch nails, but the 2-inch nails still worked. We did not put any wood glue cuando pegamos the battens onto the wall. So in case I want to remove it or something, it doesn't damage the wall. But yeah, and so here you guys can see us. We are now starting to measure and make our line. So our line, to get it really straight, my husband measured each corner, and then we used a chalk line to mark our line where our first board was gonna go. And the first board that we used right here in this area was a 1x3. We measured the height from our original top part of our original baseboards hacia arriba. Así fue como agarramos nuestra estatura de cómo le íbamos a querer. We weren't planning on removing our baseboards, so we're gonna keep our baseboards still. That's why we measured them that way.
Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down.
So aquí ya pueden ver that our first part of the whole project is already getting put together. We just have to figure out a great way to put this wood so it looks still nice and slim where the two cut-ins meet. Then once that is done, we're gonna go ahead and just nail it back on. Estamos usando electric nail gun. If you guys don't have a nail gun, you guys could still do this project and use a hammer. That's totally fine. Like I mentioned, we use finisher nails because it kind of hides the nails in there and it doesn't have like the nail head sticking out on the wood. Now estamos empezando a measure where our battens are gonna go. So our battens are the lines that go, the pieces of wood that are gonna go up and down. So like I mentioned, we're measuring from the top part of our original baseboards, y de ahí estamos agarrando las medidas. And I do recommend that you guys measure each and every one of the battens that you're gonna place, because your floors can be a little off level. We actually had two different sizes for our floors. So yeah, or maybe the baseboard could be higher on one side or so on, I don't know, like. So yeah, I do recommend that you guys measure each batten before you go ahead and start cutting, thinking that all of them are going to measure one batten, because we had, como les dije, two different sizes for our battens. So yeah, it's a big thing, like a super big tip to share with you guys, para que midan each and every one of your battens. You can tell here, one of them was 47 3/4, and then we had another ones that were 47 5/8. So it's just a little bit off, pero pues igual si hubiéramos cortado those as a 47 3/4, the ones that were a little bit taller, like longer, they would have had like a huge gap in between. So aquí I'm just sharing with you guys how we cut our boards from the bottom part in a 45-degree angle. So my husband actually had to cut off like 1/4 of an inch, cutting it in a 45-degree angle, because I wanted to look like it's part of the baseboard, since we're using our original baseboards. No lo quería quitar, eso por eso nosotros lo cortamos de esa forma. Y este otro pedazo of cardboard type thing that I was sharing with you guys right here, We use this because some of the battens, cuando lo repegan a la wall, it kind of had like a huequito, little gap in between, and it wasn't sitting flush with the top part of wood that we had already placed. So we're just cutting little strips and adding them if it was needed to behind our batten. Así ayuda para que se haga flush against the rest of the wood and it looks more complete and not all like lopsided or something. So yeah, so this was actually a piece from a drawer from a dresser que se nos había descompuesto and we had throughout, so I just went ahead and used this part, but you can use like a piece of cardboard or something también. Tomos, we're gonna be caulking the edges of everything, so it's pretty much gonna be hidden as well.
Always there in my mind, but I just don't know if I'll dance with the lights on. If you're gonna be moving on solo, wait a second, cause they're playing the best song. I'll be there if you reach out to me. Reach out to me. Reach out to me.
So all our battens are already placed up. Now we're gonna go ahead and work on the little ledge, like little tiny thin shelf estilo de madera que va a ir en la parte de arriba, just to give it like a little lip. So yeah, I was just sharing with you guys how the batten part is turning out and how everything looks. For the batten, I did use glue. As you can tell here, I'm using the Gorilla Glue, because that's not gonna be nailed into the wall, and so we can have that really good grip. We use the Gorilla Glue and the finishing nails también.
Reach out to me. Reach out to me. Reach out to me. I'm done with searching for the truth somewhere else when I just want you. There was a void in my soul. Now I found my true home. But I just don't know.
So I'm just starting aquí the spackle I'm using to cover up all of the nail holes and all of the wood imperfections. Y luego como donde the battens meet the other part, también lo voy a usar el spackle. This spackle I got it from the Dollar Tree, so it was just $1.25 le vamos a poner because Dollar Tree is already at $1.25. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly put this on. And we started this project ya en la tarde, como a las 4 o 5 in the afternoon, like late evening. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the spackle on all the holes and everything. And then tomorrow morning, I'll go ahead and sand it down. Y luego también tengo que poner the caulking all around the battens and all the edges and everything. So once it's ready to paint, it has a nice crease finish and we don't see any gaps or cracks. Okay, so it's now the next day and I'm sharing with you guys here how our 45-degree cut looks against our baseboard. So as you can tell, it kind of went with that little curve shape that we have on our baseboards. Like I mentioned, I didn't want to remove the baseboards from this wall because then it wouldn't match with the baseboards from the rest of the wall. So yeah, I just wanted to share with you guys that on how it looked. Once again, it was a 45-degree angle cut, and here I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly sand down the spackle that I had put last night, since this is the next day, before we could start cleaning everything off, prepping for paint, which is not my fun part. I hate putting tape and then having to paint and everything. Is just a very long process, pero if you put the tape, créanme que it's just una gran ayuda, because it's like so easy once it's cleanup time. You just pull off the tape y luego pues es algo bien like satisfying, because you'll actually see like the crisp straight lines. now we're into painting. So originally I had a can of paint in the garage that I wanted to use. You can see it's more like the color of our wall, just a little bit lighter, and that was not going to work. So I ran to Walmart to go get a $12 cheap can of white paint off their shelves. So I didn't have it mixed or anything because I wanted something very bright white. So I'm just going to go ahead in with a paintbrush, paint all of my creases, edges, corners, all of that before I could go in with the roller. For my paint, I actually ended up doing 2 coats to get it a very bright white finished in the paint color. So yeah, and after this I'm going to share with you guys how everything ended up. Right here you guys are going to notice that I did not do the other side of the wall either. On Instagram I had shared over there asking if for people to vote if I should do just the main wall or también el pedazo de wall from the side. And we had a high vote of just the main wall, pero sentí como que no se miraba acabado, so we ended up doing the other piece of the wall off camera because it's the same process. So para que compartir lo mismo, no las quería aburrir. So yeah, you guys are gonna see how it looks before we did the other edge of the wall, and luego les voy a enseñar all of the afters. And then I also ended up hanging some lights above the couch area on the wall. So those lights are actually plug-in, or you can install them in your house. I went for the plug-in in case I want to change them up afterwards, because I always have ideas to change the decor in my living room anyways, or everywhere. But I'm just having the cord hanging there now, waiting for it to stretch out because we had barely hanged them up. But I'm planning on painting like where the white part is at, painting the cord white, and then kind of stapling it or something against the batten so it's not like floating in the air. Y luego the top part painted the color of our wall. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, sorry. And espero verlas en la próxima. Bye.